Welcome and welcome back. It's another amazing day in paradise. Thank you so much for being here. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, and I didn't record yesterday on Tuesday the 17th because I thought I was going to be bringing some sort of news to you. Last night there was a joint city-county, which means city council members and Wake County commissioners hosted a meeting about affordable housing and homelessness. And I was really hoping it would be something other than what it normally is, and it wasn't. So that was pretty disappointing. And I say that because I don't want to throw shade to the people who present, but our city, I guess the best way to put this is our city is so limited by what they can do that they highlight what they can do and the ways that they succeed. But it's a government thing, to be totally honest. Whether that's Wake County government or the city of Raleigh, any government, it's slow the way it moves and sometimes backwards. And sometimes it doesn't always get done like the community thinks it should get done. And yeah, and so they highlight the things that are working, and they're usually only working for a handful of people. And I can't throw any shade to that, but sometimes they also don't provide all the information. So like last night, there was a person presenting on the status of, there were a couple of people presenting their numbers on the status of homelessness in Raleigh. Partially in Raleigh, but in Wake County as well. And what gets me about that is that they are only using the HUD definition of homelessness. They aren't using the McKinney-Vento definition of homelessness, because the McKinney-Vento definition, McKinney-Vento is the organization that helps, that provides some educational support to unhoused students. So if you've been displaced and you are going to a school and you move out of that district, then McKinney-Vento can get you transportation that will get you from where you moved to where you need to go. And so, yeah, nobody included the numbers of McKinney-Vento students in Wake County. And I just think, how can you have this conversation about ending homelessness and not have a conversation that includes our children who are struggling? And so, and then that number doesn't incorporate children under 5, born, like newborns, infants, children birth to 5. It doesn't incorporate that number because if they're not sleeping outside completely unsheltered, then they're not counted. Nobody knows. I mean, people might know who they are through organizations, but they're not counted. Homelessness, the numbers that they use also doesn't count for families or individuals living in hotels or in situations like me and my young black male superhero, where you're living in your car because they consider that shelter. And so it is very frustrating sometimes to sit through those meetings and not just want to scream. And the message that I want to bring to you today, though, because this is getting long, and I think it's because I'm frustrated as I talk about this, but I want you to recognize that the leaders that we have today are very out of touch with what it takes to live here in Raleigh, because they're homeowners and they have had professional careers for many, many years, and they have a lot of experience in a lot of things except what the majority of the everyday person is dealing with. And so I want you to consider that, to find somebody who can connect with your experience. Don't just vote for somebody because you've seen their name before. Can they truly understand your experience? Have they experienced your experience? That is such an important key to look for, because what I realize is that the majority of them can't. They have no clue. When they hear your experience, they might be able to empathize with you about it, but the reality is that they haven't had it recently. They might have had it in their past, but things have changed so much in just the last 10 years alone, that if you are not experiencing what's happening right now, then you don't have the capacity to understand what's happening right now. And so if there was one thing that I could tell you, is to look for somebody who has an experience that's similar to yours, who you feel can connect with what you are going through. Because if they can't, then they can't represent you. They're not going to represent your needs. And so that's all I have to say right now. And then the other video for the B3C with me, it'll cheer me up a little bit, because I actually talk about affordable housing and its companion homelessness in it. So thank you so much again for listening. I appreciate you. Magnified success, and enjoy the amazing day you're creating. Peace.